welcome to KatesAg. We are headed out to the field this morning and we're just gonna see if we can go. We got some rains yesterday and we kind of started up later in the afternoon, but we're hoping the dew isn't too bad this morning. I actually just got back from my summer internship in Washington at a grain export facility, so I'm coming to harvest a little late, though we haven't started on much. So we've got the combines here parked in the road just for nighttime in case lightning hits or anything. We got part of this field started, and we got part of another field started. We're just trying to figure out where it's dry and where we can get the crop off the ground.
If I somehow get extra grain somewhere, I'll dump, and then I'll short dump here, so I'll still keep dumping. Turn it on and wait like a slow 10 count, because there's fuel pumps that are pumping fuel, and so we don't have to use ether. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want to use it any more than you have to. I'm not saying it's going to start, but for some reason they have been started.
It's a little pile of grain, what the grain cart spilled or something. This is winter wheat, hopefully good protein. That's what you look for mainly in wheat crops. And color too, but that's a little easier to get. So I've got all my stuff and I'm heading over to my combine to start.
Run it according to what it sounds like. Don't go any faster. If we start pretty soon, then about 2 till you get a feel for, you know, if it starts slugging or grunting, you know. And some of these are heavy, not as heavy as the last field, but some of it's going to be as heavy other places in here.
What happened to the one with dualies?
The duals broke off.
Oh, I didn't know that. When did they break off?
Right after I got the back tire fixed. The next day, I got 1 day and 2 hours on the combine before the other tires broke.
See if it starts without ether. And it does. I'll have to give you an introduction to our whole harvest crew this year. I'm really excited to be back in the combine. This is definitely what I love most of the year and of harvest time. And just to be back in the camaraderie of things. It's hard being away from the farm, especially when you know harvest has started and you could be a help. It's difficult to find farm labor nowadays, especially when you're in such a rural place. Not everyone wants to come out here and work, you know, the 12+ hour days, but I don't know, I love it. The reason we're so worried about the straw being wet, even though we're putting it into bins with aeration or fans on them so that it can dry the grain out, is because combines really can't digest wet straw.
Yeah, that's probably what I do.
I'm going to turn this down. Wet straw is very tough and difficult to thrash, as we call it, or chop up to get the kernel out of the head. So that's why we really look at the moisture, but then also you can't put wet wheat in the bin. So without fans, we can't cut above maybe 12.5% moisture. If you put wet wheat in the bins, it can get moldy, it can start on fire, a whole host of issues. So I'm gonna wait for my dad. He's just gonna get a little piece of straw that's on the edge of the field here, eat it up. You don't wanna leave big piles of straw either, because when you eventually go for seeding, you can't get through that. So you wanna make sure your fields are all super clean, and that's why there's never a swath or anything left in the field. But also, you know, the swath is how we earn, so we can't be leaving any earnings out there either. We have about a 40% chance of thunderstorms tonight, so I'm quite nervous for that. We really can't use any more rain. In the past 2 weeks, we've gotten more rain than we have in the entire year. And we could have really used a good rain during the growing season just to fully head out that crop, produce as many kernels as you can. We've been in a drought for the past, maybe I would say 3 years. So to get this much rain and the amount and as hard as it's coming down has been absolutely shocking to me. Should I just follow you?
Yeah, follow me. We got 2 hand passes, I think, to pull off going back north. For some reason, they didn't get pulled off, and then dump when you get to this end again, Kate, so you can make it up and back. You know what I mean?
Sounds good.
Well, we didn't go around the field and open it up. Well, I just send her down on one of them northbound passes, and I'll go down and pull that end pass off and see how that acts. And then maybe I'll pull the other one off, I don't know, just so we can go back and forth.
Yeah, you want me to head up? on a swath or road up and come down?
Load up with me and I'll send you down on one of these other ones. Dump when you get to the north end because you'll probably be almost out full. And that way you can make it up or down to the south and back up to the north where the trucks are.
I have a feeling I'm in first gear because I have it full throttle forward on rabbit speed and I'm only going 5 miles an hour. And I feel like I should go faster. Yeah, that's better. So I just changed it to second gear. We always want to harvest in second gear. Third gear is kind of for roading, so you can go super fast to get to another field. When you're on like a cement type of highway, we would never go third gear in the fields just because the divots, or also known as furrows, are way too bumpy. And then we don't harvest in first as well. Just put the back of my header in and the front in turtle speed. You never put it in high speed. And then gonna rev it up, get things going, set my header on the ground, and just go into this really slowly because I don't know how good it's gonna eat it.
Now to take a quick break from the video, a huge thank you to Jackery for sponsoring. Now living in upstate New York, you can never predict the weather, from rainstorms to really anything. So that's why backup power is a must. I really love the Jackery HomePower 3000. This is Jackery's newest solar generator, and the cool part is it works with the solar Saga panel. That means you're not just plugging into a backup battery, but you can take these with you and recharge anywhere. So extended camping trips or a lot of time outdoors, this is the perfect setup. With over 3,000 watts of capacity and 3,600 watts of output, it keeps all the essentials running like your fridge, Wi-Fi, lights for up to 2 days, which is insane. Plus the app makes it super simple to follow your power usage, and I really enjoy that. Another great part is that it's super compact and easy to move around, and I really couldn't invest in something that wasn't, because if you're gonna be taking it with you camping or really anywhere, I'm not able to lift something that's too difficult, so I really like this. I'll for sure be taking it back to Montana with me when I graduate for more camping trips there and just to make sure I have power. So whether it's being prepared for outages or just wanting to enjoy the outdoors with clean energy, the HomePower 3000 and the setup with the solar Saga panels could be just the right fit for you. I'll leave all the links in the description so you can check it out. It's a really great product. Thank you again to Jackery for sponsoring. Now back to the video.
We'll probably cut about half of this, and then I'm gonna get out of the cab, check the back to see how well it's picking. My combine has a lot of problems with the return auger, and the return auger is just how much grain is being sent back through the combine to be reprocessed. And usually it's always maxing out, plugging, and if that thing plugs, your whole combine's plugged. So it's really an issue. I had some problems with it last year, I think also the year before, probably all the years I've been running this thing. So my dad, I think at the beginning of this harvest, opened up the concaves to like 10, which is huge. I mean, normally I think we have them open to like maybe 3, 4. So I want to just make sure for sure that everything is getting processed correctly. I'm probably gonna clean this window here in the cab so I can see my grain tank a little better. Maybe.
It's a little wet there, Chris, because you're putting out just clusters.
Maybe that'll be a good thing to do at lunch.
It's reading 16.2, 16.3, and that might be low, I don't know.
My dad's combine has a moisture reader, so he just said it's reading 16.2, and that's too moist to put in a bin.
Coming out of the back of the combine.
That's too much to put in a bin without a fan. But because we are putting in fans, if the combines can cut it and pick it up, we can definitely put it in. I'm going 1.8 right now. I'm not hearing any negative feedback from
Chris, you got your right blinker on.
Yeah, Chris does have his right blinker on. My uncle's running the third combine. Trevor's actually gonna come back to this harvest again, so I'm super excited. He missed last year's because he's doing bigger, important things at a different internship, but he was able to leave his other internship early just to make harvest, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm going about 1.9 in the combine. That's 1.9 miles an hour. I know it's super slow, but for this thing, it's actually pretty good with the moisture we probably have on this. My combine does not read moisture, but it reads bushels per acre. and in this field it's reading about 11, but mine's always a little bit low, so maybe it's going 20. My Uncle Chris's theory is that it just didn't head out, and what we mean by that is the wheat grew up, it looked okay, but the kernels never fully filled, so maybe it didn't get that last rain to fill them. Dad was in this other field a few days ago before I got back to Montana, and it was going about 50 an acre, which in my opinion is fantastic for having been a drought year. And 50 I would say is about average. You know, if you're getting a bumper crop, it's probably in the 70s. For our region, we're all dry land, we don't irrigate at all, so I think that's pretty okay. So right now I'm just gonna stop the combine here, lift up my header, and back up to see just how good I'm cutting. I'm really not leaving much behind. Oh shoot, I think Chris might have plugged. I just back up until I see kind of where my straw chopper left off at, and then I'm gonna put it back in and go in the field, because you really can't see if you've got like little straw pieces laying on the ground how good you picked up the wheat. Shoot, I think Chris is plugged. I wonder if he needs some help. I feel bad. Uncle Chris had to drive combine when I was out working my internship, so he really shouldn't be driving it again today. I don't know, it might be pretty wet. I'm not hearing many problems from this machine yet though, so I'm thankful for that. And again, I'm just looking forward to a really awesome day. Hopefully no thunderstorms, but we will see.